Hello and welcome. So, going to take a look at the Guardian's Everyman crossword. This is the one being published on Sunday, the 26th of January 2025. As I always say, I always publish them a week later, just to avoid any spoilers going out there, because we don't get all the check and reveal buttons down here to help us out. So, I'm not sure if there's a prize attached anymore, but I don't like to put spoilers up on the web. Last few of these have been lovely, taking 15-20 minutes, so that's what I always like them to be. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. Got this kind of standard group that we see quite often from Everyman. I don't think anything else to say, but I'm going to crack on. Detective, Inspector, Cop, Old Copper, Last Thing in Obnoxiousness, Dinosaur. Well, DI would be Detective, Inspector, Cop. Gosh. As you heard, one who'll stain clothes is awful. Dyer. So that's Dyer that way, I think. Okay, that's probably DI then. DIs. Meaty spread for the crown. Meaty spread for the crown. Pate. Yep. Okay. This one. Jalopy and witch conductor confined. Quo. Dip. D-I-P-O. Cop. Old Copper is OCU. Last Thing in Obnoxiousness. OCUS. Diplodocus, I suppose. Plod, yes. Plod is a copper. Okay. For dinosaur. African, somewhat smug and annoying. It's not Ugandan. Somewhat. Ugg. Yeah, it is Ugandan actually. It's hidden word. Ugandan. Somewhat is the hidden word indicator, not an anagram. Hidden word indicator rather than anagram indicator. Best opera. Time's running out. Time's running short. I'm not sure. Okay. English actor to flourish. Orlando Bloom, I suppose. Disney World's location, Orlando. What's this? Which conductor can find? Jalopy, rattle. Gosh. Okay, let's go on to rowers swaggered. Rowers swaggered. Well, rowers are normally a crew. Crew or an 8. Swaggered. Boat. Okay. Nothing new about Welshmen. When. Hey, lovely. Okay. City's owner, surprisingly, Banks. That must be an anagram of new Banks. Is it new? Let's have a look. City's owner. New something? New. What? No, something society. I think. Banks. Well, that could be crew though, couldn't it, if it was new? So if it's down one here. Lacks power supply in offices, etc. Lacks. Without. Outlets. Okay. Snob, one who calls everyone sir or madam. Snob, one who calls everyone simply sir or madam. You'd think that calls is rings, all. Everyone, all. Name dropper, I think that is. Name. I think the snob could be a name. One who calls everyone. Name. It can be name dropper though. Let's go on from there. Catchy song remixed. Warmonger, no good. Catchy song remixed. Warmonger, no good. So that's an anagram of warmonger without a G, I think. Warmonger. Catchy song remixed warmonger. Earworm. I know that's the answer. Not quite sure what's going on there. What am I losing? Okay, this one's just arrived, consumed by inert gas. Well, neon's an inert gas. Neonatal or something. Neonate, I think. Neon 8, I think. Yes. Sally's beginning to wear uniform. Use uniform twice as a rule. I mean, Sally can be a clue, but it's probably more likely to be an S. Beginning to wear uniform twice as a rule. Okay. Topless impertinence starting again. Topless. Minstrel with horn going round queen, old and grumpy. Let's have a look through the acrosses again. Polymeric rows ornate. Is that the primary? Yeah. P-O pro teen. Okay, very clever. Pages describing Scotsman Oscar having a row with keyboardist. Or row. Row or row. Keyboardist. There's O for Oscar. Piano. P for page. E and O is the Scotsman. O having a row. Piano. Player. Row. Player. Row. When you think that's player, I would think that's player. Let's put that much. Let's go there. Outstanding aisle for exile. Outstanding aisle for exile. Constantly speak up. Outstanding aisle for exile. Whoa. Let's just scroll down here and have a look at this long down one. Yogurt moo or root principally. Irritated parents' tasty response. Go to your room, I think that is. I guess. Looking at those clear answers, go to your room. Player looking okay at that point. Let's go through the crosses again. The writer, that's me, I assume. Well, the writer, it's not an everyman clue. The writer swindles revered figure. Icon. Icons are revered. From prison. Runs into trouble. Who sees it all? Oh, from prison. Con. Runs into trouble. Troubles. Into trouble. Who sees it all? All. Standard choice of extremes of nepotism. Neoplatonism. Neoplatoism. Norm, I guess. N or M. Oh, not morm. Morn. Norm. Gosh. N or M. There we go. Meets anger flexibly for treaties. Well, that's just anagram, isn't it? Meets anger. Treaties. I'm going to stick an S there because I think that's probably going to be the way it goes. Meets anger. Agreements. Okay. Looks good. I spelled that right? Yep. Agreements. Let's have a look at these ones down. Oh. Down here. A woman, a flower. Iris, is this? I think so. Iris is a woman, she's a flower, and everyman is I, and risks is our everyman clue. Okay, this one, feature observed in, that's a chin, in etching, okay. Big Brother watches all, I suppose. I will come back and pass the clues later. Do not fear if you're watching it for that reason. That's been in, doesn't it? Payable, is that? Outstanding is payable, okay. Pay, outstanding. I'll for exile, constantly speaking up. I'm going to spend longer decoding some of these clues, I think, than I'm doing them. Flogging initially is F. Initially taking seconds, becoming year, crying in pain. Was it failing and ailing? Initially taking seconds, becoming year. So I need to change a seconds S to become a Y. Crying in pain is I think. I don't know. Okay, well most of it's done. Let's have a look at this one. I haven't looked at this yet. Let's have topless impertinence. Starting again. Starting again would suggest there's a re word there to me. Topless impertinence. Can that be an anagram of impertinence? I mean, it looks like it's the right letters for it. So let's lose the air I. Pertinence. Yeah, impertinence. Oh, that doesn't work either. Topless. Pertinence. Okay, that hasn't happened. Let's go back to these clues here. Oh, that one there. What's that? Best opera. Time's running out. Time's running short. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Looks like some of those letters, but time's running short. Best opera. Jalopy. I think it's like a rattle something. Rattle. Which conductor can find? I want to put rattlesnake really, but can't be. Actually, I'm not sure that is named. I think that is name dropper. I think it's a cryptic clue to snob is someone who knows everybody, but obviously you don't say Sir Brian, Sir David, or whatever you just say. That is there. Let's see if this helps me on this one. City's owner. I've double used something there, haven't I? Neonate and protein I would feel good about. Not so good about that. Let's take that out for a minute. Banks. Maybe it's now. City's owner. No, I'm doing the anagram and it's losing letters, so there's something, I've used something wrong here. N-R-E. I've used the N twice, haven't I? That's why. Let's have a look at this. Lacks power. Supply in offices. Gosh. Lacks. Power supply is... Power is a P. Could be that P. Not entirely sure about its name dropper, but... Jalopy. In which conductor can find? I mean, are we looking for the name of an actual conductor? I don't know any conductors, I don't think so. Could be something like copper, though. Copper's a conductor. Best opera. Time's running out. I mean, that time's running out makes me feel like there's a... time's running out is probably a anagram of time. Then time's running short is something there. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about this at all, actually. So yeah, I'm going to look. So rowers is a crew. Swaggered. If that was crew, I don't know what it is, but city's owner, surprisingly Banks. Banks would be, it must be new or now. City, it's just a city, isn't it? Okay, so it's New Orleans. Banks, Leans, there, New Orleans. Duh. Right, that's okay, so that probably means crew is right, I'm not sure. Oh, okay, crew. Yeah, so if you crow, you are boasting. So if you swaggered, you boasted in the past, which would be to crow. Okay, right. Lack supply, wire, lacks power supply in offices, etc. emphasis. Yeah, not getting anywhere on that one. Okay, I mean, I still don't know that name dropper is correct. Snob. 1 equals everyone simply. I think it is a name dropper, but I'm not entirely sure about that. This one, minstrel, with horn going around old queen, with going around queen, going round, queen is ER, I would think old and grumpy, minstrel with horn. There's a lot going on in that actually. Never really found out why this is piano player, if it is player. I mean, it looks like it can't be anything else, can it? Row. Oh yeah, piano, gosh, yep. Pages, yes, piano player. So actually we've got pages, so P and P, describing the same, put E and O in there, and then layer is a row. Okay, piano player, fair enough. Flogging, flogging is either selling and yelling, there we are. That was easy. Selling becomes yelling, or becoming ear, so it's yelling actually, crying in pain, yelling. Okay, Sally's beginning to wear uniform twice as a rule. Beginning to wear uniform would be twice as a rule. I noticed that was an S. If that was an S, let's look at this clue again. Topless. Starting again. Impertinence is. I've got no word for impertinence. It's just rudeness, I think. Cheek. So I've got two words for impertinence and cheek. But apart from that, topless. Impertinence. Starting again. Can't see anything there at all, really. That one I'm sure on. This one here, jalopy in which conductor can find. Not a lot going on there. That one. Okay, let's have a look at this then. I'll flip down my wire. Okay, I've reached that point where I'm mumbling to myself. I'm going to put the video on pause while I record and come back to you when I figure anything out. Okay, I've sussed one after 2 or 3 minutes away. This one down here, I kind of biffed optimum, and then I say that optimum is best. And then we've got times running short is TIM. I'm not sure is which just leaves times running out. Oh yeah, opera. So without the era on it, op, and then time. So what is that? Not sure. Anyway, so I've got one. I'm going to go back to pause mode and have a think to myself again. Okay, another one gone in. Workplaces, offices, etc. Workplaces. Literally anagram of lacks power. Supply is a very strange anagram indicator there, but I think it's an anagram of workplaces anyway. So there we go. It's lacks power. So there's another one gone. Still no idea what this is. It's not retaliation. Just check my Ugandan. Ugh, and. Yeah, ugh, and. Yep. Jalopy. I thought jalopy was an old type of car. So I'm going to have another thing of that. In confined suggests there should be a hidden word. Conductor. Conductor to me would be something like some kind of metal, but I can't see how I fit metal in there. Iron, lead, can't think what other ones would be. So getting there, just this little corner down here and that one to get now. So back to pause mode. Okay, I've added usually. So Sally's beginning is an S. Beginning to wear uniform twice, so put U for uniform either side of that. And yeah, put the rest of Sally makes it usually, so as a rule it's usual. Let's continue on from here then. I was playing around with this being a shun word before I came back. I was thinking about decapitation, I don't think that's right. Recursion, resolution, look at that, so usually in, that's now P, the resumption I think that is. Resumption is starting again. Topless impertinence. Not sure about that. It must be an anagram. Is it? It's not an anagram. It's not an anagram of impertinence quite. I'll come back to that. Let's have a look at this one. That's a troubadour, isn't it? A minstrel. There we are. Troubadour. How do you spell troubadour? Let's work out the wordplay. Minstrel is a troubadour. Horn. Going around Queen. I think there's an ER there for Queen. Old and grumpy. Let's look at that. Troubadour. Oh, it's U, isn't it, for troubadour, I think. Dower. So dower is grumpy. Gosh. Horn. Minstrel. Okay, so maybe minstrel with a horn is a troubadour. Is it? I don't know. Going round Queen. Old and grumpy. Bad. Grumpy is dour. About. Going round Queen. So yeah, it's about is going round. Queen. I think it's about going upwards to get to troubadour. So it just leaves this one. I'm just coming up to. Oh, I haven't. I'm going to start. I think it's about 28 minutes to take a idiot. I just don't know. My math isn't going well. I'll work it out in a minute. It's taken me about 28 minutes so far, I think. Retail. What's this? Rattler. Rattle car. Again, that should be something like a shun, I would have thought. Reptilian. No, not reptilian. I don't even know why I'm thinking that. Rattler. I was thinking about rattlesnakes and things. Racked. Rat. I'm going to go back to pause mode again. Okay, well I'm truly stumped on this one. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's not a lot of help in the clue. It feels like the kind of clue where you it's a word you need to know. Conductor. I don't know. I'm going to go through the clues. I will come back and have a look later in the week, so I can't reveal it anyway at this point. So let's go through the clues. What we've got? We've got detective inspector is a DI. We've got a cop is a plod. Old term there. Old for O. O for old, and Cu for copper, the chemical element. And then last thing in obnoxiousness is the last letter of obnoxiousness is an S, which gives us a diplodocus, which is a dinosaur. Cool. Nothing is O, and then new about is an anagram of new. Gives you Owen, which could be a Welshman. This one I don't know. Rowers are a crew. If you swagger, you are boasting or crowing. Therefore, if you swaggered, you crowed would be the wrong term. You crew. This one I think is a double definition. So a snob is a name dropper, and the hint is that not double definition. It's a cryptic hint really. One who calls everyone. So they've dropped the name. They're not saying Sir Mark or whoever. They're just saying or Lady or Madam Bryony. They're just saying Sir or Madam. Catchy song remixed is an earworm. So an earworm is a catchy song. Remixed is saying there's an anagram of warmonger. And this is no good. Now, the interesting thing about earworm is it's an anagram of warmonger without the N and the G. But no good would say to me take out the G and anagram the rest. So why you then get rid of the N? There's nothing to actually say get rid of the no as well. The N for no. I mean, it's very clear what the answer is. Just that I'm quibbling a bit about the clue there. It doesn't quite make sense to me. One's just arrived, so yeah, neonate. So a baby is I guess, yeah, the neonatal units where babies arrive, so a neonate must be a baby in that. Consumed by inert gas, so neon is an inert gas and 8 is consumed, so neon 8. Sally's beginning, so literally just put the word Sally into this clue, but around Sally's beginning, the S, you're going to put uniform, U for uniform either side, so NATO phonetic alphabet, U for uniform, gives you usually, which is as a rule. We've got the trademark. Sorry, I'm suddenly thinking about trademark clues. And we've got Orlando Bloom, go to your room. That's the other one. Sorry, polymeric rose is ornately twisted, essential in nutrition. So the primarily clue, take the first letters of those words, gives you protein. So that's one of his trademark clues. Pages, so we need two P's. We've got a P at the start of piano and a P at the start of player. Describing is saying to put a Scotsman, Ian, and O for Oscar, another NATO phonetic alphabet worth learning, gives you piano P, and then a row is a layer, and a keyboard is a piano player. The writer is I, and swindles is a con, and revered figure is an icon. Okay, what do we got here? Big from prison, runs into trouble. Who sees it all? Runs into trouble is bother with an R in it. R, cricket notation for runs. So that gives us brother. From prison. Big. Okay. I don't know about that. That's not something I quite big. You're at large, I suppose. If you're at large, then you're big. And if you've run away from prison, you're at large. I don't know really, that's a bit weird. Standard choice is the norm, and the extremes of Neoplatonism are the N or the M. Meets anger is an anagram of agreements, so flexibly is your anagram indicator, and treaties are agreements indeed. What we got here? As you heard, is indicating there's a sound like of one who'll stain clothes, so the person who stains clothes is a dyer, a D-Y-E-R. And therefore the sound like of that is awful. Dire spelt that way. At least that's my interpretation of the clue, and that might be why I'm not getting this answer across here. Maybe it's D-Y-E-R, but I think it's dire that way. I hope it is, because that would explain a lot. Meaty spread is a pate, and for the crown, so the crown is a word for your head, and pate is a head name for your head as well. Orlando Bloom is an English actor. And to flourish is to bloom, and that's following, so bloom follows the location of Disney World, which is Orlando, Florida. Best is optimum. Opera with times running out, so opera, take out the era because time's run out, so that gives us the op. Time's running short is Tim, so T-I-M, so short version of time, and then I'm not sure is Africans. An African is somewhat, so African is the Ugandan. Somewhat is saying there's a hidden word in smug and annoying, Ugandan. Lacks power is an anagram of workplaces. Supply is a very poor anagram indicator in my world. I can't think why that suggests scramble up these letters. I suppose it just says it's supplying the letters for offices, which are etc., which are workplaces. We've got a city, New Orleans. We've got an owner, surprisingly. So we've got the anagram starts off with New Or, and then banks is leans. So something, yeah, leans over. It's banking. We've got what we got here. I didn't actually put this out. It looks like we've got an anagram of yogurt, yogurt, moo, or, and then probably just the O from oat principally. Irritated is your anagram indicator, and a parent's tested response, go to your room. So as I say, Orlando Bloom, go to your room. That's the rhyming pair this week. Okay, topless, impertinence. So impertinence is presumption. So take off the P, gives you resumption, which is starting again. So presumption becomes resumption. A minstrel is a troubadour. Now the horn here is a tuba, T-U-B-A, going round queen old, so R for Regina and O for old, gives the first part, and then grumpy is dour. Flogging is selling, so then the initial letter of selling, so it's initially it's got an S for selling, seconds, becomes year, so change that to a Y for year, becomes yelling. Selling becomes yelling. So flogging becomes crying in pain. Outstanding, the outstanding of a bill is the payable. Right, did I work this one out? Constantly, isle for exile, constantly speak up, payable. I mean, again, this feels like it's a change a letter for a letter, but exile, constantly speak up. Okay, the Isle of Elba is where Elba, yap. Okay, going upwards, there we are. So constantly speak, yeah. So the Isle for an exile is Elba, where Napoleon was exiled to, I think. And constantly speak is to yap, and then put that upwards gives you payable coming downwards. Clever. Feature is your chin, observed in, taking the hidden word in, etching. There it is. And then a woman could be iris, a flower could be an iris, and every man is I, so this is his trademark Everyman clue. And a chance is a risk. Take off the K because it's almost a risk. There we go, iris. So there we go, all done apart from this one. I will have another play with this in the week. I will probably find out that I've done that sound like the wrong way, although as the clue reads, I'm fairly sure it's that way around. And if I figure it out, I will probably be re-recording on Wending. But thanks for watching. Just going to record a little add-on. This is Sunday the 2nd of February now. I'm about to attempt this week's Everyman, but yeah, this is last week. So I couldn't get this last clue. I had another little look at it yesterday, but I still couldn't get it. Jalopy in which conductor can find. Well, as I had thought, it was rattle, which relates to Sir Simon Rattle, who's a conductor. He's just turned 70, and then confined. Well, confined is a trap. So there we go. Rattle trap was the answer that I couldn't get to. I feel kind of a little bit downhearted, disappointed by that, just being beaten that one. But I think overall, up until that one, I'd taken about 28 minutes. And also this one down here, I think when I went through the clues, I've looked this up now. And let's just look at the clue. The clue is from prison, runs into trouble, who sees it all. So Big Brother sees it all. And a prison is a brig. So the R of brig goes into bother, which is trouble, so it becomes Big Brother. So that's that one broken down. Apart from that, I think I got everything else sussed. So there we go. Thanks for watching.